Yeah, I have a career in sales, and everyone, when you say that, everyone's slightly confused as to what that actually means. Does that mean I work in a market and I sell fruit, or does that mean that I work in a retail store like Asda or something like that? Because is that selling? So this is slightly different. This is actually called, this world is called business development, right? So before we get into kind of what I do, I want to pick your brains. So the way that this works is you can shout. Don't worry, I've got really big ears, you can see, so I can hear different shouts at multiple times. So the question is, why do people buy things? That is the question. Who's brave enough to shout out an answer? Go. Why do people buy things? Anything in the world.
Because they need resources to live.
Because they need.
Yeah, go on. Because they
use it.
They need energy.
Okay, so 1 second. So we're talking about lots of different things now. Somebody said they could eat it. But for example, this is an iPhone. Can I eat an iPhone?
No.
No, I think that would hurt
Use it.
I think that would hurt my stomach. Right. So it's not necessarily just to eat something. Somebody said because there's life sources. Not everything you need. This T-shirt that I bought is not for life sources, right? It's a T-shirt. The iPhone, again, I don't need that to live necessarily. So some of you are on the right track. I heard somebody said because they need it. Did someone say that? For entertainment, do I buy a banana or a bottle of water for entertainment? No. There is a common, who knows what a denominator is? There is the same reason that everything in the world, no matter what it is bought. By the way, shout. You don't need to put your hand up. You don't need to type. I'm not going to read the messages. I want voices. Talk to me.
To use.
Yeah? To use. Okay. So people buy something to use. But what is the motivation? Why do they want to use it in the first place? Somebody's got an amazing answer there. To make life easier. Okay, now you're onto something. I'll give you an example. This morning, I bought a coffee in the morning. Who knows why crazy grown-up people like me drink coffee? What does coffee do?
It wakes you up.
Right.
It gives you
energy, wakes you up, gives you energy. Good. If I bought a coffee in the morning, why do you think I bought it this morning? Well, what was I feeling like before I bought the coffee?
Drowsy.
Sleepy.
Okay, there we go. So I was drowsy, I was tired, I was sleepy. So I bought something, yeah, and this is for everything in life. And I think
To make you feel good.
To make me feel good? Not really, to be honest. That's not why I bought the coffee. I bought the coffee because I was tired, right? But everything in life, no matter what it is, and listen very carefully, any buyer that buys anything, this could be a banana, it could be a car, it could be an iPhone, it could be a coffee, it could be the strategic data and intelligence that I sell, right? Everybody buys because in their minds, it's solving a problem for them. Does that make sense? So when I bought a coffee, in my mind, it was solving the problem of I'm tired, I'm buying a coffee to give me energy. People buy things based on their needs. Yes, but it's not just needs. It's based upon, in their minds, the best way and the way that most people think, not all people, most people think, and this is like 90% of people, is to solve a problem. If we know that people are buying to solve a problem, what do you think sales is? Who knows? People buy to solve a problem. Fixing problems. Yes, sales is basically providing. Absolutely, sales is providing solutions. Okay, sales is solving problems. So there is a whole world out there that's called business development, and that in that world, I sell to other businesses to help them solve problems. And the type of companies that I sell to, just really quickly to give you an understanding, is food and drink companies. So who's got a favorite chocolate? Shout out a favorite chocolate to me.
White chocolate.
That's not a chocolate. That's a
Snickers.
Dairy milk.
Galaxy.
Which one?
Twister.
Milky Way.
Milky Way.
Dairy milk.
Galaxy.
M&M.
M&M is my favorite as well. Okay, good. So Blake, yes. Okay, good. So all of these brands, they're owned by big companies. For example, M&M's and Snickers and Mars are owned by a company called Mars. Very big company. They own food, chocolates, drinks, pet foods. What they want to do is, what does each company want to do? They want to grow their business, right? So when they want to grow their business, they think, I'm in England now. I want to also sell in Iraq. I want to also sell, they want to sell more good. I want to also sell in Germany. I want to make a new chocolate. Who's seen there's new M&Ms, caramel M&Ms and peanut M&Ms and chocolate M&Ms and crispy M&Ms and loads, right? So these companies, they need to know what is the best decision to make money. It means they need to know which countries are growing. People like us, what flavors do we like? When we look at a package, what colors do we like? So my company does research. We speak to millions of consumers. We do lots of market tracking and product tracking. So we know what consumers want. And I take this, marketing strategies, yeah, absolutely. I take this and then I sell it to marketing teams. That's my job. I'm a salesman. I don't sell now, I manage a sales team, but that's how I started my career. Okay, so has everyone got a pen and a paper? Yeah, no? If you haven't, use a mental pen and paper. If you have a pen and paper, write this down. K-A-S-H. What does that spell?
Cash.
Yeah. It's not spelled correctly. It's spelled cash with K, right? But these four, this is an acronym. These 4 letters stand for pots that you need attributes for to be a great salesperson. Cash, exactly. Who can guess what the K stands for? I'm going to give you a clue. It's a silent K. And it's not knife, because that won't make sense.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Very good, very good, very good. Right. One of the most important things, the 4 top traits you need to be or have a career in sales, the first one is knowledge. Okay? It means that if I'm selling into an industry, I need knowledge of what that industry is. I can't call Mars or Cadbury's and not know about what's going on in their world, because I'm speaking to experts. So I need to have knowledge of the industry. I need to have knowledge of my product. So I need to have a knowledge of how to sell. The A is about this. It's got nothing to do with something you learn. It's attitude. Beautiful. Someone said attitude, which is correct. I'm going to come back to attitude. The S is impossible to get. It stands for sales skills. And that's something that you can develop in a career. And the H stands for you can have good and bad ones. Habits. Yes. Very good.
Habits.
Yeah, habits. Good. My internet is not being very good, so apologies, but you've got knowledge, attitudes, sales skills, and habits. Right. In terms of ages in the room, what type of ages do I have? Just shout your age. 8, 9, 10, 11.
13.
11.
12.
13.
12.
111. 14. Good. Okay. So we've got a range, basically, coming up to 14, maybe some 15-year-olds, 13, 11, 12. Good. If you were to have a career in sales tomorrow, at this age, or when you get a bit older, knowledge, a manager like me could teach you. Or you could read. A lot of people talk about reading books and developing your knowledge. Knowledge, yes. Sales skills, I could teach you. I've been selling for 14 years. So I know the skills that I need to teach you. Good habits and bad habits, we can help you form them. I could tell you, this is a good habit, do it. This is a bad habit, don't do it. Just how your mum says, don't bite your nails or something like that. Good habits, bad habits, right? The thing that differentiates, and if you want eventually to get into a career in sales, the thing that will differentiate the great people in sales and make you very successful, and then people that don't do well, is the A, which is attitude, right? Because attitude, you cannot be given. And this is something that I want you all at this age, because you don't need to choose your career now. But what I'd love you to do is to take this in to your life. Attitude comes from you. Yeah? How hard you work is from you. Skills, you'll learn. Knowledge, you'll learn. We had a sister talking about, I think her name was Fatima, if I'm not mistaken, about art. When she first started drawing, her drawings were nowhere near as good as they are now. We had Brother Mo Motivate talk about being an engineer. There was once a time where he knew nothing about engineering. Yeah. So the thing that got them to their level and the thing that in sales is most important is your attitude, is how hard you are willing to work. And when things get difficult, because sales is a very difficult career and industry to work in, because there's a lot of no's. You call a lot of people to sell to them, they say, no, go away, no, go away, no, go away. So you need to try a lot. You can't get upset. You can't start crying. Oh, they said no to me, mama, I don't like this job. You need to keep trying. And that comes from attitude. Okay, so any questions? I'm happy to answer. I kept it short and sweet because I know it's been a long session, but any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Let's see, is there anyone who has any questions in real life or in the chat? If you want to quickly ask now before we move on.
No?
No.
Hayder, this is excellent. And we really need this a special session only on this.
Yeah, why not? I'm happy to do it. Somebody said, how do you start a career in sales? What do you need to study for it? To be honest with you, so I now I'm a manager where people come and I interview them. I have people that have done law. I have people that have started dentistry. I have people that have done engineering. I have in my team people that have studied history or art. There is no particular study that you need to do to get into sales necessarily. My recommendation, if you want to pursue a career in sales, is to study something business related. So you can do business management, economics, finance, around that type of degree. And somebody else says, how do you start a career in sales? To start a career in sales, you need to apply for that role. Interestingly, as I told you, when I hire somebody from university, and I think what I've said, attitude is the most important. So if you're in year 6 or year 4 or year 10 or 11 or 12, it's all about how hard you're working. Because if you continue to work hard, people will know this person is a hard worker. If you are a hard worker, then people want you to work for them. That's how it is. People want hard workers. I would never employ somebody ever in my team that I think will not work hard. I want attitude. That's the most important. Because, for example, Ahmad Abu Nabil is an expert, for example, in construction as well as the community work. So if he gets somebody new, he can teach them, right? But if they've got the wrong attitude and they don't want to learn, then he can't teach them. So it's all about attitude. What is the difference between university and sixth form and college and A-levels and GCSEs? They're all different levels of exams. You go GCSE first and then A-level. In A-level, you can go to sixth form or college. After A-levels, you go to university. After university, you get a job.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, absolute pleasure. Thank you.